Yo, what is up, guys? SavageBoy23 back with another video. Today I'm going to give you guys my NBA recap, my NBA day-to-day predictions. If you guys can, please like, subscribe, comment down below, and please watch more of my videos. Please and thank you, and comment down below what your guys' favorite team is. What team do you think will bring the NBA championship home and the Super Bowl home this season? Alright? I have a lot of news to get into. So yeah, let's just make this fast, and then we're going to go ahead and move on for the games. I do got to give out a shout-out. Plays for the New York Knicks, plays for Madison Square Garden, and his name is Jalen Brunson. But really quick, before we do move on, I want to show you guys a very good product. And I recommend you guys go ahead and buy this down there in the descriptions. You guys can go ahead, get different colors. You guys can go ahead and get your own colors, and if you guys do type in the code SAVAGE, you guys will go ahead and get 20% off. All right, I'll put the link down there in the description for you guys, down there in the comments or down there in the description somewhere in my channel. So yeah, and you guys can just get, if you guys want, you guys can get something else too. It doesn't have to be directly this. So anything you guys do see, you guys can go ahead and get. And if you do type in my name, Savage, and you guys will get 20% off. As I showed you guys like in the other videos, the gold box, you guys can go ahead and get that too. Different colors, a longer box, shorter box, or just any other design. All right. So yeah, and again, this right here, as I'm showing you guys in the background, you guys can go ahead and get different colors. So as I said, type in this word SAVAGE, or put the code in, put the name, or show the code SAVAGE, and you guys will get 20% off. All right. Now let's move on to the games today. We got some good news, and we got some. I wouldn't say shocking news, but okay news. Let's just put it as that. Really quick before we do move on, I want to give my shout out to none other than Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson last night, or yesterday afternoon, you balled out like Jalen Brunson, like an all-star Jalen Brunson. Let me say this loud and clear. You must have had to watch my video yesterday because I was talking about you. And to be honest, I wasn't even talking about you. You probably wanted the spotlight. You probably wanted the spotlight on you instead of another player. Well, let me say this loud and clear. You took all the spotlight. You took all the spotlight yesterday. Making every bucket you can, not missing them, and you showed up and showed out when you really needed to. Shout out to Jalen Brunson, the bad man on the court. 44 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. Shout out to you, Jalen Brunson. Keep doing what you're doing on the court, man. You keep amazing us every single day, every single month, every single playoff time. Just keep doing what you're doing. And trust me, we're all watching you, what you're doing. So shout out to you, man. 44 points. You balled out against the Bucks last night, or Bucks afternoon. Yeah, I want to talk about that game real quick. Where do I begin? The Bucks were doing good in the first half. Very good in the first half. They were actually every time the Knicks came down to make a bucket, they would go down there and make a bucket. And then somehow, in some way, and somewhere in the third or fourth, the Knicks are like, you know what, we gotta like put the brakes on the Bucks, and we gotta make a big lead. At one point, the lead was 27. How did the game go from tying every time to 27? Now, if I'm correct, which most of the time I am in this one, if you're down by 27, why did you manage to put Giannis in the game? I don't want Giannis in the game if you're down by 27 points. Because the Knicks were coming out here making every three-pointer they can. I'm not going to lie. Jalen Brunson's a bad man on the court. And you guys all want to talk about a villain in the NBA? Everybody wants to point to Kevin Durant. He's the villain in the NBA. Everybody wants to point to another player. Well, you know who's the real villain in the NBA? Jalen Brunson. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being serious. This man mentally go into this game and took this game from the Bucks. The Bucks were doing an amazing job in that first half. And then somehow, in some way, in that second half, they said, you know what, we gotta make Giannis not be, taking over this game from us. So we gotta put the metal to the metal for them. And that's what they did. And Jalen Brunson stepped up. And it's not just Jalen Brunson, it's the whole squad in New York. Now, I know Knicks fans are gonna go in the comments and say you should have went for the Knicks. You should have went for the Knicks. Was I wrong? Was it a bad game? I mean, to be honest, it was in the second half. But the first half, it was kind of great. Not gonna lie. So, Giannis, do me a favor. Get back in the lab. Practice. Do what you gotta do to get these wins. I don't like it when I see you get mad because it's annoying. When Giannis is mad, the NBA is disappointed. And I'm not gonna lie, nobody wants to see Giannis mad. And I don't care what any other fan base says out there in the comments. Giannis is the face of the league. Will be the face of the league. I don't care. He is 30-something? And he's still out here balling out like usual. When are you ever going to see another player that's better than Giannis? And I know what people are going to say in the comments also. Still got Kevin Durant. Still got Joel Embiid. Still got Paul George. They're out of their prime. They're nowhere near Giannis. I don't care what anybody says. People can sit here and say that Paul George was a great player. Oh, he was very good since he left the Pacers, this and that. Joel Embiid too, but Joel Embiid always has injury problems and he always has issues on the court. I mean, to be honest, when Kevin Durant, Steph Chef leave the NBA and they retire, I want to say this loud and clear to everybody. Giannis is going to be the face of the league. He's not the face of the league right now. Because you still got those 3 amazing stars in the NBA. But when they do retire, you're going to have Giannis in the face of the league. Then Nikola Jokic. So it would go Giannis, Nikola Jokic, and another third player in the background. Now, to be honest, it'd probably be Shea. I'm not even going to lie because of what this man's doing this season. But yeah, I just want to say that loud and clear. And I know people are going to say, what about Jalen Brunson? Jalen Brunson's up there. He's up there. I don't got to even mention him. He's already up there. So, yeah. But what an amazing game in the afternoon yesterday. The score was tied most of the night, and then all of a sudden the lead went from tying all the way up to 27. How did the Bucks manage to lose by 27? Now, if I'm correct, was it more than 27 or was it under 27? Last time I saw it was 27. Now, people might ask, did you watch the whole game? No, I had to watch the football game. But I did tune into another game. And I'll talk about that game here in a little bit. But, yeah, what a disappointing game for the Bucks. I need Giannis to be a great player. I don't want to see this man get disappointed in the NBA. Because we all know if Giannis is disappointed, he's not happy, he's going to request a trade. Or we're all going to go through this big news again of him getting traded. And to be honest, it's not looking good right now for the Bucks for this game. Let's move on. The Denver Nuggets against the Dallas Mavericks. Where do I begin for this one? I'll tell you guys where I can start. The score was 5-21 when the game started. How do you manage to go from 5-21? Aaron Gordon came back on the afternoon yesterday. I forgot to mention that in my video, to be honest. I'm not even going to lie. I forgot to mention that. Aaron Gordon came back last night. And then Nikola Jokic, Nuggets, they were still struggling in the first half. They were struggling in the second half. They were struggling a little bit in the third. And then they all came together and they said, we're going to win this game in the fourth quarter. I tuned into that game, and I can't explain to you how great that game was. To let the Mavs go up by 21-5 in the first half, and then all of a sudden you make the Mavs lose, that is very funny and very interesting. Because, again, Mavs don't have Kyrie, and the Mavs don't have Luka. So to imagine the Mavs up by that big of a margin, and then all of a sudden they lose it. The last win they got was against the Lakers, if I'm correct by then. But in reality, if they manage to beat a Nuggets team with Nikola Jokic on the floor, Aaron Gordon on the floor, that is an amazing effort. I'm not even going to lie. With no Kyrie, with no Luka, that is an amazing team if they actually won that game. But yeah, I just want to say that loud and clear. But another thing I want to talk about is we got some trade talks going around right now in the NFL, or the NBA, my bad, the NBA, not the NFL. I mean, actually, NFL, Mike McCarthy has been fired as a head coach of the Dallas Cowgirls. He's no longer going to be needed in Dallas. The next coaching job where he might get is actually from Chicago. He might be coaching for the Chicago Bears. To be honest, how do I feel about him being fired for the Cowboys? I'm going to go there first. It's honestly shocking, but not as shocking as I think it was going to be, because Mike McCarthy, Dak Prescott, it just wasn't working out. It really wasn't. I couldn't see the Cowboys, getting wins. And I know what people might think, like, this is shocking, or it's not shocking, but it should be shocking, you know what I mean? But in reality, this is sports, this is part of life. You do bad, you're getting fired. You do good, you're going to probably keep your job. But still, man, Mike McCarthy was a very interesting coach for the Cowboys. Now, I ain't no Cowboys fan. I ain't no Cowgirls fan. You guys already know what teams I root for. I have one team in the playoffs, and I have one team that just got knocked out this past weekend. But yeah, we'll see who the next Cowboy coach is going to be. Apparently there's rumors going around right now, and I already talked about this this season, or this past season. Well, this season, and I already knew it was going to happen, and even if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So what? Deion Sanders will be getting that Cowboys job. I already said it before, and I'm going to say it again. They fired Mike McCarthy to go get Deion Sanders, and they're going to try to pull Shedeur Sanders to be a quarterback for the Cowboys, which I don't see that happening, because you got Dak out there. And then another news in the NFL. There was another news in the NFL. I'll talk about it again tomorrow, but yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the NBA. So today we got some okay games, if you want to say. Two teams are coming back from what is going on out there in California. I hope everybody's safe. I hope everybody's safe and well, and hopefully everything goes out there good in California. But yeah, the Lakers and the Flippers will be playing today because they have been postponed two days in a row. No Flippers, no Lakers. So today they will be in action. Now, I want to say this loud and clear to everybody, regardless if you're a Lakers fan or not, you're a Flippers fan or not. The opponents that the Lakers are playing and the Flippers are playing, and I want to say this loud and clear to everybody, if the team I root for today that play the Lakers or the Flippers, and if they don't win today, I'm going to be very shocked. Reason why people might be thinking I'm shocked is because the Lakers had, a few days off? They were supposed to play against the Spurs a few nights ago, which they will play them again. And they're supposed to play the Charlotte Hornets a few nights ago. And then the Flippers were supposed to play the Hornets, I think the Spurs, if I'm correct. So basically back-to-back for two teams in the exact same day and in the exact same week. Or not days, just weeks. But yeah, I just want to say that loud and clear. If the Lakers don't get a win, I'm going to be shocked. If the Flippers go out here and lose, I'll be shocked. I usually want them to lose, but if they go out here and actually lose, if they go out here and win, I'll be okay. Wow, okay, fine. They deserve that win because they were out for a few weeks. But if they go out here and lose while they were out for a few weeks, then I'll be like, wow, the Flippers are really that desperate and they want to go out here and lose. Kawhi Leonard should I actually haven't heard any news on Kawhi yet, actually. I don't think he's going to be playing tonight or this afternoon, whatever you want to say. He's still dealing with his stuff out there in LA. Which I'm saying this loud and clear to everybody. I hope everybody out there is safe, everybody's well. Yeah, what a crazy sports day in the NBA. A few days ago, if I'm correct, was Houston Hawks. They postponed that game because of the snow or the coldness out there, if I'm correct, or the snow out there. And then the Lakers, Flippers, Hornets, Spurs. They postponed that game out there in California because of the weather of the fire. It's amazing. It's really amazing. I don't know how they do that. But yeah, we'll see what's gonna go on. As I mentioned, Jarred Vanderbilt will probably make his debut back to the Lakers sooner or later. So, yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the games today. Now, I've talked about this before. I think it was yesterday or the day after. Zion Williamson will be suspended for a game, if I'm correct, because of, we all know why. He missed the airport to go play with Philadelphia 76ers. He missed that flight to go to Philadelphia. Now, I don't know how or why, but to be honest, they said that he missed a flight. And plus, he's always late to the team. To be honest, Zion Williamson, let me say this loud and clear. If I'm correct, and usually I am correct, I've looked at how many games you played since you came back this season. And if I'm correct, you only played 7 games this season. You played 7 games this season. Did you play against that Boston Celtics last night? I didn't see it. I didn't watch it. I was trying to look for you. I didn't see you. But you managed to lose to the Boston Celtics by 1 last night. 120 to 119, if I'm correct. Regardless if you were in that game or not, I'm surprised that the Pelicans managed to almost beat the Celtics. That's crazy. I can't believe it. I said this game was going to be boring, this game would not be fun. And now all of a sudden the Celtics go out here and almost lose by 1 at home. Jason Tatum, what are you doing? You are not becoming a star. Now, I know what's going on with you right now in the NBA. Apparently there's some, I don't know. I honestly forgot his name. There's somebody out there saying that Tatum should not be in the top 5 or top 10. Now, I'll talk about it more often, probably this week. But apparently, Tatum is really frustrated on the internet because apparently people think he's not good enough. He's the biggest fluker in the NBA because he's won the championship. He's got everything he wanted. And he's not becoming the Tatum that we always thought he was going to be. Well, let me say this loud and clear. If you're a non-Tatum fan, if you're a non-Tatum hater, don't worry about him. You don't need to worry about him. I'm a huge Tatum fan. I don't care what people say to me, to him. I don't care. Now, if you're a crybaby fan, which everybody knows who I'm talking about when I say that, I hate him so much, but I'm not going to go and talk about him a lot. I'm not going to go to my friends and talk about him a lot and say, oh, this and that. No, I don't care. If somebody brings up the conversation, I'm going to change it. I'm going to change the conversation and say Michael Jordan's the GOAT. And that's what irritates them. And I'm going to keep on saying that. However, the NBA wants to say who's the actual GOAT. Alright? So, I just want to say it loud and clear. People really don't like Tatum, then that's okay. That's their opinion. We don't force people to like what they want or what they don't like. I don't do that. But if you do that, so be it. I don't care. At the end of the day, you're not a real friend if you do that. But let Tatum do what he wants or however he wants to do it. I don't need no other celebrity person or another person to go on the internet and talk a lot about me negative. In reality, I'm still playing basketball and you retired. There's no need. If you want to go out here and say Tatum is not the top 5, top 10, top 3, whatever, then so be it. That's your opinion. I don't care. Just all at the end of the day, Tatum's out here making these fans happy because he's going out here winning. And maybe that's the real reason why Tatum's really messing up, because he has that all in his head and he's messing up games a lot. Because at the end of the day, celebrities always are pressured to go into the court, and they always go out here and play. They play amazing, and then what's behind the camera, they always go out here and fail. They always fail. Then all of a sudden, they want to point it on the other person, or they want to point it on the celebrity. I just want to say this loud and clear. Whatever's going on with Tatum and a fan or a celebrity or a non-celebrity, don't put that in the NBA news, because in reality, that's just going to go around the whole NBA news, and that's going to get into that player's head, and that player is going to start thinking about that every single time, and he's going to have a terrible game. That's all I'm saying. So if you just want to put it in your household, go ahead, but don't put it on the NBA news, because we all know how the NBA news is. As soon as that first tweet goes out, it's running around everywhere in the NBA or the NFL. So that's why I wanted to say that. But yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the games today. What a very interesting game yesterday for the NBA yesterday. I'll be talking about more of the Eagles and the Commanders game yesterday. I would be talking about it right now, but I don't want to make it too long for you guys, so we'll talk about it tomorrow or Wednesday. But yeah, you got Ant-Man, Timberwolves versus Jordan Poole in the Wizards and Kyle Kuzma. Now, to be honest, there's no question about it. I'm going for Ant-Man and the Timberwolves to win this game. I do think they'll go here and embarrass the Wizards. So, yeah. You got this one right here. You got Steph Chef, Warriors versus RJ Barrett, Toronto Raptors. Now, Warriors fans, I know what you guys are going to say in the comments. This game will be easy for the Warriors, right? I mean, to be honest, look at your past few games. It's probably not going to be good. You've lost recently, if I'm correct. You guys have been struggling recently this season, since you guys required Dennis the Menace. Dennis the Menace is playing against his former team. He has been as a Toronto Raptors player. I want to say this loud and clear to everybody. This will be a familiar face for Dennis the Menace, being playing against Toronto. I think he was number 17, if I'm correct, on Toronto. So yeah, I just want to say that loud and clear. Now, the Toronto Raptors are not the same Toronto Raptors that we saw since 2019. They have been a way different team, a way boring team in the NBA. I'll be shocked if this game goes to 3 overtimes, because these two teams right now are doing bad. Warrior fans, don't get me wrong, you guys are still good this season, but I just don't think you guys were. I don't think you guys are an elite Warriors team when you guys got rid of Klay Thompson. So, yeah. Warrior fans, I don't want to say this loud and clear to you guys, and I know what you guys are going to say. You needed to get rid of him. You wanted to get rid of him. Whatever you guys want to say. Whatever sugarcoats you guys. Do you guys feel bad for... I mean, not feel bad. Do you guys miss Klay Thompson? Like, I'm just curious. Because you guys have been struggling. You guys lost a lot of games together, but I feel like you guys have been in the worst way you guys have been since you got rid of Klay Thompson. And this is the first season with no Klay Thompson on the Warriors. So, I'm just curious. Like, does Warrior fans miss Klay Thompson? Because you guys have been losing. And I'll be shocked if you guys lose this game against Toronto. Against RJ Barrett in Toronto. Give me Steph Chef and the Warriors to win this one. If they go out here and lose, I'm going to be disappointed. So don't embarrass your team and don't embarrass me. Go out here and win. Steph Chef and the Warriors. All right, you got this game here. You got the team that came off a back-to-back yesterday afternoon. You got Jalen Brunson, putting up 44 points, as I mentioned. And you got Kate Cunningham. Tobias Harris. Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, Knicks against Kate Cunningham. Tobias Harris and Detroit Pistons. Now, 2 Detroit teams are playing today. Detroit Pistons are playing and the Detroit Lions are playing. Now, I'm a Detroit Lions fan. But let me say this loud and clear to everybody. I will not be tuning into this game. No matter how bad Detroit is, no matter how good they are, no matter if this game goes to overtime, I'm not tuning into this game. The reason why I say go to overtime is the Knicks are coming off of back-to-back. They played against the Bucks yesterday, and then they go into Detroit. Detroit's having a day rest. And they made that an embarrassed loss in that last game that I watched. Kate Cunningham missed that big 3 throw, which I think he meant to miss it on purpose. And then all of a sudden, it just went bad from there. But yeah, I'm going with Jalen Brunson and the Knicks. Now, Detroit Pistons fans, don't worry. Just because I win against your team doesn't mean that I'm never choosing your team again. I'll choose your team in the next game in the next week, hopefully. But if you guys manage to beat the Knicks today in the afternoon, I'll be shocked. But we'll see what's going to happen. So, yeah. Give me Jalen Brunson and the Knicks to win this one. All right, you got this game here. Now, Ja Morant Grizzlies against Jalen Green and the Rockets. These two did play a few days ago, if I'm correct. I feel like these two did play and that I watched. The Rockets are having a day rest because they did not play against the Hawks because that game was postponed. So I'm gonna imagine that the Rockets go out here with a lot of energy, and they're gonna go out here and try to win. The Grizzlies did play this week. They did not postpone any games, as I mentioned, I think. So the Grizzlies, regardless if they came off a back-to-back or a day rest too, this is still going to be a great game, but I'm going to have to lean towards Jalen Green and the Rockets because they did not play against the Hawks. So yeah, give me Jalen Green and the Rockets. All right, you got this game here. Let's move down right here. You got Tyler Hero, Junior Hawkins, and the Miami Heat against Kawhi Leonard, Clippers. You guys already know who I'm going for. I'm going for Tyler Hero and Junior Hawkins and the Miami Heat. But do I have faith in the Miami Heat to win this game? No, I don't. I don't even think they're going to win this game at all. The reason why I say that, the Flippers are having a long rest. They did not play their last games. Their game got postponed. If I'm correct, the Flippers got 1 game postponed. The Lakers got 2 games postponed. So, in my opinion, just because the Flippers are having a huge day rest doesn't mean that they're going to go out here and try to play amazing. They still had practice. So, yeah, we'll see what's going to happen. We'll see what they do. Give me Junior Hawkins, Tyler Hero, and the Miami Heat. No Hemi buckets. He is still suspended because of the NBA wants to throw that on him for some odd reason. But, yeah. Give me Tyler Hero and the Heat. All right, you got this game here. These were one of the games that did get postponed. As I mentioned, you got Victor and the Spurs against Anthony Davis and the Lakers. Now, the Lakers are having a day rest, huge day rest. The Spurs too, but not as much as the Lakers. I'm going to go with none other than Anthony Davis and the Lakers. Like, every time the Lakers see the Spurs, they think, like, it's going to be a great game. But in reality, it doesn't turn into a great game. So, give me Anthony Davis and the Lakers. Alright, guys, that is my NBA prediction for today. I will give you guys my NBA prediction tomorrow. If you guys can, please like, subscribe, comment down below, and please watch more of my videos. Please tell me what teams do you think who do you think will win these games today, and what teams do you think will move on to the playoffs. Please, again, guys, like, subscribe. Please watch more of my videos. Until then, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next. Peace.